They'd let Mueller rape kids in front of people, which he did. I mean, Mueller covered up for a decade for Epstein, kidnapping kids, flying them on sex planes, some kids as young as 7 years old, reportedly, with big perverts raping them to frame people. I mean, Mueller is a monster, man.
So Alex Jones got banned, censored by YouTube. YouTube said, "You will not post anything libelous, defamatory, harmful, threatening, harassing, abusive, invasive of another's privacy, hateful, racially or ethically objectionable, or otherwise illegal. Remember, you are our guest here. It's not censorship if you violate these rules and your post is deleted. All civilizations have rules, and if you violate them, you can expect to be ostracized by the tribe." Well, that's simply the draconian, totalitarian, communist hand of censorship masquerading as a terms of service. This is the tool they will use to censor us all one by one.
Everything they do to him now, they will do to us when they have removed every trace of him from the internet. It is only a matter of time until it becomes commonplace to use these guidelines to shut down the enemies of progressivism. Anything we say will be used to shut us down in exactly the way it's happened to Alex Jones.
Oh, wait, sorry. I got a little confused there. That wasn't YouTube's terms of service. That was the terms of service of InfoWars.
Proving their terms of service are all bullshit.
Seems like Alex Jones was perfectly happy to censor others. Sorry, apply the terms of service to others, but had a somewhat different opinion when it applied to him. So, why was Alex Jones banned? Well, for me and my ever simplistic brain, isn't it obvious? Look, YouTube is a known commodity. It's not a completely open platform and never has been. If you post porn here, you're gonna get banned. I know that's an incredible imposition on free speech, the thin end of the wedge that will lead to us all being censored. Yes, if you're not with people being able to do their videos junk out, then you're a closed-minded totalitarian 1984 censor. Look, YouTube has survived its entire life without this thin end of the wedge destroying free speech. Not all slippery slopes lead to some cultural Marxist, crypto-fascist dystopian government.
It's a piece of crypto-fascist bourgeois crap. It's just so crypto-fascist.
Although a damn sight more of the slippery slope fallacies seem to lead there.
He's even above the pedophiles, though. The word is he doesn't have sex with the kids. He just controls it all. Can you imagine being a monster like that? God.
Look, let's be real. Making accusations that someone is a paedophile monster, running a paedophile ring, and suggesting that it's your duty to stop them.
And so call it whatever you want. I look at that guy, and he's a sack of crap. That's a demon I will take down, or I'll die trying.
I don't quite think that's the sentiment that Voltaire was trying to convey with, "I disagree with what you say, but I will fight to the death to preserve your right to make baseless accusations that someone is running a paedophile ring."
They'd let Mueller rape kids in front of people, which he did.
That's not free speech. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
This is a channel with almost 2.5 million subscribers, so let me put it this way. If because of a pitchfork-waving, politically motivated mob, a person whose channel is run by a multi-million-dollar, technically corporate entity like InfoWars, if they can just be let go of and be like, bye-bye, we don't care about your several million fans, we don't care how much they complain. If they can be randomly kicked off, what's to protect basically any individual user on the platform?
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb here and suggest what's going to protect the other people on the platform is they're not going around making spurious accusations that people are running paedophile rings or that they're child rapists. I mean, is there anyone else out there who's just making spurious accusations that someone's running a paedophile ring who hasn't gotten banned? I mean, is this really the line in the sand that you want to die for? That people should have the right to baselessly claim that people are running paedophile rings. I mean, hell, this wouldn't fly on Alex Jones's website. So why do you think that it should fly on YouTube? You will not post anything libelous, defamatory, harmful, threatening, harassing, abusive, invasive of another's privacy, and so forth. Further, I think that if YouTube just stands up and says, yeah, but we never really endorsed what he said, we just provided the mechanism for him to spread it to millions of people. Yeah, let's just say I've got doubts that that's a bulletproof defense. And with Alex Jones currently getting sued by at least 2 cases related to school shootings. Yeah, I see everyone ditching Alex Jones as a legally prudent precaution. Now, technically, there's a clause in the law that says you're not responsible for anything third parties post. But let's just say I'm skeptical about the limits of that. I mean, YouTube, for instance, has collectively made thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars off Alex Jones videos, including Pizzagate, FEMA death camps, Hillary's satanic cooking, 9/11 being an inside job, fluoride, and vaccines killing babies. Chemtrails poisoning us all, claiming that Sandy Hook was fake and that Mueller is running a ring of pedophiles. Remember, YouTube takes about half of the advertising revenue and a load more from YouTube Red. Hell, let's be honest, even if everything they're doing is above board and legit, making money off this sort of thing.
They will line you and your family up, and they'll shoot you in the head, and they'll rape your daughters, and they'll kill your sons, and they'll make your wife work in a field till she dies.
Is the kiss of death to corporate image. I mean, this was part of the origin of the adpocalypse. You know, come to YouTube and put your advertisements on someone randomly accusing someone else of child rape. So why don't I see this as the liberal elite moving against alternative media? Well, let's take a look at the facts, shall we? And I'm just going to focus on YouTube because there are stats on it from Social Blade. Let's take a look at the numbers for Alex Jones, the Young Turks, Fox News, and CNN. Well, Alex Jones peaked in about October 2016 with about 3 million views per day, and since then has been on a steady decline and was, at the time of their banning, struggling to get about 500,000 views per day. Their view count has dropped from their peak to now by about a factor of 6. A similar decline is seen in the Young Turks, apart from they dropped from about 3 million in their prime to about 1.5 million now, so a drop of about 50%. Meanwhile, companies in the ascendancy like Fox News and CNN have increased their views from about 1 million a day to 2 million a day for Fox News, and from about 2 million a day to about 5 million a day for CNN. So in rough terms, Alex Jones was pulling in about 1/3 of the traffic of the Young Turks, or 1/4 of the traffic of Fox News, or 1/10 of the traffic of CNN, or about 5 times what my channel is pulling in.
Alex Jones's videos kick the shit out of CNN's on YouTube in terms of view count. And in fact, his app on the App Store kicks the shit out of most of the mainstream media outlets. I think CNN edges him out by just a little bit, but
the story is more or less the same if you take a look at Alexa.com, where you'll find InfoWars has been in decline. Or if you say compare the website of InfoWars versus, say, CNN, where you find InfoWars pulls in about 18 million hits per month, whereas CNN pulls in about 500 million hits per month. It really does seem a bit of a stretch to say that all these companies are feeling threatened by InfoWars. You add this to the sad case of Sandy Hook, where Alex Jones was pimping for months that this was a staged false flag operation, to the point where the parents were just crisis actors or something.
Sandy Hook, it's got inside job written all over it. Sandy Hook is a synthetic, completely fake, with actors, in my view, manufactured. I couldn't believe it at first, but it took me about a year with Sandy Hook to come to grips with the fact that the whole thing was fake. I mean, even I couldn't believe it. I knew they jumped on it, used the crisis, hyped it up, but then I did deep research, and my gosh, it just pretty much didn't happen. The truth is, they've had national polls where upwards of half of Americans don't believe Sandy Hook because they don't believe a word the mainstream media says. We've sent reporters up there, man, and that place is like Children of the Corn or something. I mean, it is frickin' weird. And then the weird videos of reported parents of kids laughing, and all of a sudden they do the hyperventilating to cry to go on TV. All I know is something's going on. And you don't like us looking at it. You don't like us questioning you. The father needs to clarify, that NBC needs to clarify, because the coroner said none of the parents were allowed to touch the kids or see the kids. And maybe they, meaning at the school, I'm sure later maybe the parents saw their children.
You know, that their children weren't killed in a shooting. I mean, that was their only role in the public forum, is their children were killed in a senseless act. And they were turned into targets by Alex Jones. Honestly, I'm not surprised that Alex Jones got banned. I'm surprised that he was allowed on these websites for as long as he was. And sure, it was suspicious that everyone banhammered him together.
All completely banned InfoWars within 12 hours of each other, clearly suggesting big tech collusion.
But not hard to imagine why. You know, that if this has been on their list of channels they wanted to banhammer forever because of his flagrant disregard for people's privacy. You know, again, something that would get you banned off InfoWars. And all of a sudden, one person bans him. Well, if you ban him at the same time, it'll be less heat on you for doing it now. Far from virtuous, but practically effective. This is why animals herd together. Look, the parents of the Sandy Hook massacre were not public figures in any significant fashion. They were not Tom Cruise. They were not Donald Trump or Oprah Winfrey. These people did nothing to inject themselves into the public arena. They did not make themselves public figures. To target these people is invasion of privacy, not free speech unless you've got a damn good reason for doing it. And sorry, Alex Jones ranting that he knows the truth is not it. Then making accusations that Mueller was a pedophile.
They'd let Mueller rape kids in front of people, which he did.
And it's his duty to stop him because that's what a virtuous person would do. I mean, it's kind of like claiming that Alex Jones's son is the Antichrist and Alex Jones is his emissary. And it's every Christian's virtuous duty to stop the Antichrist. I mean, I know top Christians who've been in Alex's presence and say you can feel the evil coming off the man. You just have to trust me, folks, this comes straight from the Pope. Now, who's going to champion Voltaire and die for my rights to say that Alex Jones's kid is the Antichrist, along with a lot of bluster about what the responsible thing to do is? Or is this simply an invasion of privacy? Yes, targeting kids who are only tangentially public figures is not free speech. Hell, remember when someone tangentially made a few jokes about Baron Trump? The 12-year-old son of Donald Trump. Wasn't so funny then. Well, is Baron Trump fair game? Well, Jones did this for months to the parents of dead children. Look, the fact that they ban porn on YouTube is not the thin end of a 1984-style dystopia. Liable laws are not a slippery slope for a totalitarian government to strip away all free speech. Yeah, sure, you've got to be vigilant for a change in the weather here. But honestly,
they'd let Mueller rape kids in front of people, which he did.
This isn't it. Look, if you're worried about YouTube coming some weird dystopian future where all the decisions are made by some machine algorithm, I've got bad news for you. They already are. YouTube's terms of service is primarily run by a machine learning algorithm, periodically corrected by increasingly less influential human pokings. Initially, it was crap, automatically flagging things like naked electrons, you know, because they were naked. But it's learning. It kind of sucks, but on the flip side, I kind of trust the machine to run things more fairly than I would a human.